March, 1791, Tuileries Palace, Paris. A wooden chest is carried out through a side exit. Inside, diamonds, rubies, pearls. The entire personal jewelry collection of the Queen of France. She sends it ahead via Brussels to Vienna for safekeeping, out of harm's way, in case she does not return. What she keeps with her, almost nothing. A pearl necklace, a few diamond drops, 2 rings. What a woman puts out of reach when she believes she is losing everything, that says more than any biography. The woman making this decision is called Marie Antoinette, Queen of France, wife of Louis XVI. For a year and a half, she has been living with her family in the Tuileries Palace. The king, their 2 children, the king's sister, watched, controlled, effectively imprisoned. Versailles still exists, but no longer for her. The revolution has changed everything. She knows the situation is serious. She does not know how serious. She still believes that determination can turn the tide. She plans. She writes secret letters abroad, and she packs a chest. Marie Antoinette is born in 1755 in Vienna. As an Austrian archduchess, she comes to France in 1770, at 14 years old, as a bride for the Dauphin. She grows up at the Viennese court as the daughter of Empress Maria Theresa. Splendor, staff, protocol, she knows all of this. She is not unprepared for life among the nobility. What she finds is Versailles. But Versailles is something else, a place where nothing is private. Even getting up in the morning is a public ceremony. Dozens of courtiers attend the lever, every step observed, our every gesture interpreted. Marie Antoinette suffered under the pressure of court etiquette, the whispers, the intrigues. She retreated to the Petit Trianon, a small chateau in the grounds of Versailles that the king had given her. There she decided herself who was admitted and who was not. No court ceremonies, no whispering courtiers, only a small circle of trusted companions, the children, a garden, the only piece of her life that truly belonged to her. Jewelry is part of this world, but not in the way one might think. At court, it is not decoration. It is language. The protocol of Versailles demands it. A queen must wear larger diamonds, thicker pearls than everyone else. Those who observe her read in them whom she honors, whom she ignores, which families have access to her, and which do not. The love of fashion and jewelry of France's last queen is almost proverbial. Her annual clothing expenditure exceeded 3 times the permitted budget. The people are hungry. The press writes about it. She acquires a nickname, Madame Deficit. In 1785, she is implicated in a fraud she did not commit, the affair of the diamond necklace. An impoverished noblewoman, Countess de la Motte, forges letters in the Queen's name and uses them to order a diamond necklace worth 1.6 million livres. Marie Antoinette knows nothing of it. The fraud is uncovered. De la Motte convicted. But the damage to Marie Antoinette's reputation cannot be undone. After the affair of the diamond necklace, her reputation in France is beyond repair. Then comes October 1789. Thousands of women march from Paris to Versailles, hungry, furious, armed. They demand bread, and they demand the king. The royal family is forced to leave Versailles forever. They are brought to the Tuileries Palace in Paris, watched, controlled, effectively imprisoned. And then comes 1791, and she must decide what to take with her. In the spring of 1791, the royal family plans their escape. It is above all Marie Antoinette's plan. The king is apathetic. It is she who acts, who writes, who organizes. Destination, Montmédy, near the border. There General Bouillé waits with a royalist army. Everything has been organized by Count Hans Axel von Fersen, a Swedish nobleman who has belonged to her closest circle of trust for years. Before the night comes, Marie Antoinette makes a quiet decision. She packs all her diamonds, rubies, and pearls into a wooden chest, among them 2 diamond bracelets, 112 stones, your silver and gold, purchased in 1776 for 250,000 livres when she was 20 years old. pieces she has worn for years, at receptions, at ceremonies, before the court. Count Mercy Argenteau, former Austrian ambassador, takes the chest to Brussels, and from there on to Vienna, to her nephew, Emperor Franz II. Then she decides what to keep with her: a pearl necklace, a few diamond drops, 2 rings. Lady Sutherland, the wife of the British ambassador, and one of the few she trusts, receives 21 gray pearls for safekeeping. To London, neutral, safe. She is no longer a queen changing her clothes. She is a woman disguised as a governess climbing into a carriage with so little that no one will recognize her. The situation has reached a breaking point. The National Assembly has taken power. The king has been stripped of authority, not officially, but in practice. For Marie Antoinette, it is clear, if they do not flee, they will have no choice left. On the night of the 20th to the 21st of June, 1791, the royal family leaves the Tuileries Palace, one by one, through side exits, in the dark. The king disguised as a valet, Marie Antoinette as a governess. The 6-year-old Dauphin Louis Charles wears girls' clothes. The daughter Marie-Thérèse is also there, 12 years old, and Madame Elizabeth, the king's sister. Count von Fersen waits in front of the palace, disguised as a coachman. They drive through the night, 200 miles, toward the border. Along the way, delays, broken harnesses, horses too slow. The king puts his head out of the window. A postmaster in Saint-Ménehould recognizes his face from the coins he handles every day. He rides ahead, raises the alarm. At Varennes, 50 kilometers from the border, the carriage is stopped. They are brought back to Paris. The chest with the jewelry is already in Vienna. The pearls are in London. The royal family is once again prisoners, now more closely watched than ever before. Louis XVI is guillotined in January 1793. Marie Antoinette in October of the same year. She is 37 years old. Her son Louis Charles dies in prison in 1795. He is 10 years old. Her daughter Marie-Thérèse survives. In 1795, she is brought to Austria as part of a prisoner exchange. She is 16 years old. In Vienna, her cousin Emperor Franz II awaits her, and a wooden chest that was opened and inventoried a year earlier. The bracelets, the rings, the objects of a world that no longer exists. Marie-Thérèse receives everything. At some point, she passes the jewelry on to her niece from the House of Bourbon-Parma. When exactly is not recorded. The House of Bourbon-Parma keeps it for over 200 years in private hands, invisible to the world. In 2018, the House of Bourbon-Parma brings the collection to auction for the first time. Sotheby's, New York, and London, publicly visible for the first time, after more than 2 centuries. The 2 diamond bracelets that Marie Antoinette purchased in 1776 for 250,000 livres. In 2021, they sell for $8.2 million, 3 times the estimated value. The 21 gray pearls that Lady Sutherland received in 1791, through whose hands they passed afterward, is not fully recorded. In 2007, they appear at Christie's and are sold. A pink diamond passed down through generations, today set in a ring, is with a Bourbon fleur-de-lis motif of 17 further diamonds. Who wears it now? Unknown. Objects have no memory, but they carry what people have left behind. The wooden chest is long gone. The objects inside still exist. Marie Antoinette answered a question no one likes to ask. What do you secure when you know you may not return? She sent away what could protect the next generation, for the children, for later. For a time she herself would not live to see, kept what was necessary, gave a friend pearls for safekeeping, and climbed into a carriage that brought her back into captivity. What remained traveled without her, and is still here today.